on the mass migration out of blue states into red states. I think this will be a fun one for you. So the latest U.S. Census data taken from website taxprof.com, the latest U.S. Census data has major migration from blue states to red states. Number-wise, we're looking at percent changes from in-state population just over a one-year period from 2021 to 2022. 4% of the 4% of the U.S. population as a whole increased. So that took us up to 333 million in population in the United States. With that in mind, people migrated, and I'm going to give you some of the places that they migrated out of, the top 10 migrated out of, and the top 10 migrated to. I think you're going to see a theme here, Craig.
Yeah, you had some. Do you want me to pull any of this
up? Yeah. Would you pull up first one there? Kind of gives you a map of states. Now I'm going to tell you which. I'm not going to ask you to do a geography test.
No, that's good.
I'm going to tell you just the biggest losers and the biggest winners as far as migration. And then we'll talk afterwards about why you think that happened. The bottom 10, the states that lost the most people in a one-year period. California. Does that surprise anybody? 343,000. Can you blow that up just
Sure.
big enough for them to see, and then we'll come back. 343,000 left California for other states. New York comes in at number 2. I don't think that surprises anybody either. Almost 300,000 there. The state of Illinois, 141,000. New Jersey, Massachusetts, Louisiana, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Minnesota.
Interesting.
I can pick one of those that is not a blue state. Louisiana. Louisiana is the only one on that list that is not a blue state that had mass exodus. Now, our top 10 incoming for migration is Florida, 319,000, Texas, 230,000, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Arizona, Idaho, Alabama, and Oklahoma. Same story here. I only see one state there that is a blue state that actually people came into. That is Arizona, and they're kind of purple.
Yeah, actually, the only reason why Arizona is purple, though, is just because of the major population center.
Yep.
As soon as you leave city limits,
yep, all red.
They're red.
Yep. So interesting, I think, that that is a indicator of where people are flooding to and where people are fleeing from. Has to do with how they're being governed.
Yeah. And you know, and it's so I look at some of these. The top 4 are some of the most anti-gun, states that are out there.
It's interesting you say that, Craig, because a couple weeks ago we did one on pro-gun and anti-gun.
Yeah.
And it matches up almost perfectly with, if you remember back then, our worst state for gun carriers was New York. And what were they, number 2 as far as the mass exodus?
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
California was on there at the 47th worst state to own a gun because of gun laws. It's funny how these things line up. And then you go down to Florida and Texas, and both of those, as you know, ranked very high in the gun ownership friendly status.
And of course, my initial thoughts with most things end up going to firearms. Big surprise, but having a gun channel. But if you also look at these, though, what's the tax situation like for some of this stuff? California, the taxes are ridiculous. New York, same way. Illinois, it is pretty bad. Florida. Does Florida even? I don't even think they have.
They don't have a state tax.
Yeah.
No, they're state tax free.
And Texas, I'm pretty sure, also does not have a state tax. I'm
not
not positive.
I'm
not positive.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that I know for a while that they didn't because they had so much oil revenue. Interesting.
I thought that was interesting. Some good data for you there. Like I said, that is taken from, if you Craig's going to put this in the show notes, but Epic Times has a article on this also, and then I also used the Tax Prof blog also. So.
I hope you've enjoyed this clip from the Craig's Gun Channel Random Shots program. The program airs Thursdays at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. On Random Shots, we discuss content from ranging anything from preparedness, survival, politics, firearms, basically anything that's 2A related, with sometimes some rabbit trails and things that aren't related at all. If you enjoy this type of programming, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're notified when we release new content. And if you like it, hit the like button and share us if you would as well. It helps the algorithm and helps the channel grow and helps get our message out. So I guess until next time, stay safe.